What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Recently guys, I was just scrolling through the free to play section on Steam and I found out this brand new interesting looking first person shooter called Project F, and I honestly had no idea about this game and I haven't seen anybody talking about it either. But when I went to their Steam page, I saw the game was bombarded with mostly negative reviews on Steam, so I was even more curious to check out the game. So today we're gonna check it out and see whether those Steam reviews are true and also answer the question whether it's worth your time. Alright guys, Project F is a brand new free-to-play 5v5 tactical first-person shooter which was just released onto the Steam about a week ago and seems like it was developed by a pretty small Japanese company called Fractal Games. And if you ever played other first-person shooter games like Rainbow Six Siege and Valorant, and this game concept is basically the combination of those two games, but the gameplay is very similar to Rainbow Six Siege and I feel like a much more cut-down, low-budget version of that game. Jumping into the game, I honestly did not expect much. I simply downloaded it and gave it a try because I just want to see those Steam reviews are true, and the answer is yes, they are pretty much true. The current state of the game is pretty horrible and there's a lot of issues when it comes to servers, bugs, crashes, which I will explain in a bit. But remember guys, this is an early access title that released as a free-to-play game on Steam, so honestly we cannot expect much, but at the same time I feel like the current state of the game is barely functional. Anyway, I'm just here to share my experience and give you guys some heads up about the current state of the game right now. Alright, when you launch the game for the first time, honestly the game doesn't tell you much. There's no tutorial or anything like that. But whenever I'm checking out a new first person shooter, the first thing that I would do is just go to the training map and try out a bunch of weapons. That way I can get a feel of how the game works, how the weapons handle. But in this game the weapon handling is, I would say, pretty average, maybe below average. And it feels like you're shooting a gun from a mobile game. Recoil is a little bit weird. It's not that difficult to handle it and it's definitely functional, but I personally did not enjoy the gunplay or the sound of those weapons, and it's definitely not that fun to shoot. And also there is nothing much to explain when it comes to gameplay. There is a one single game mode which is basically Rainbow Six Siege, which is 5v5 and one team is try to defend a bomb site and other team is try to breach in. So this attack and defense will go back and forth for a total of 13 rounds, and the game also represents bunch of agents with unique abilities and skills, but they did a very poor job of explaining all these abilities, especially on the menu. They are available on English, but when you jump back into the game, everything is in native Japanese, and I personally couldn't understand anything that they say during the game. There are a bunch of weapons in the game, honestly not that exciting. There are a couple of pistols, a couple of assault rifles, one SMG and one DMR, which they put together in a buy menu on the game, which is extremely similar to Valorant. As I said, there is only single game mode in the game right now, and you can play 3 round more like a casual game mode, and also some rank matches, and also you can try out custom games as well. And as usual, there is a battle pass in the game with bunch of free and paid items you can unlock, and other than that there is a separate store you can buy bunch of cosmetic items. That is honestly not that interesting. The one feature that I found pretty interesting in this game is the automatically generated map for each match. That is something that they mentioned on their Steam page, but whenever I jump back into matches, I simply got to play the same map over and over again. But whenever you finish one round and jump back into the next one, the game decided to kind of load everything from the ground up, the map, the textures, the connection to your server, which I found a bit weird, and it forced me to a lot of game crashes during my playtime. One time I was just playing a game, after 2 rounds, the third round wasn't loading. I was just stuck in a kind of a black screen, which is something that they needed to fix as quickly as possible. So I know guys, this is a very quick review, but finally I gotta say, whenever I review a free to play game on Steam, I honestly set myself a pretty low bar because I'm not gonna expect much from that game. But I feel like the Project F, the current state of the game is barely functional, and the game has a lot of performance issues, game crashes, loading issues, which I feel like kind of ruined the little fun that I had with the game. It's still a very newly released early early access title on Steam. Hopefully with the new updates coming to the game will get better in the future. But right now with all the performance issues and the game crashes, I honestly couldn't recommend any of you guys to try this game out. But ultimately it's a free-to-play game. There's no harming downloading and give it a try. But even if I said that, it seems to me the game is pretty popular right now on Steam, and right now the game is having close to like 800 daily concurrent players, and all-time peak was like 3500, which is quite impressive. And most likely most of these player numbers are definitely came from Japan, because the game is basically on Japanese. But I personally haven't really had that much fun playing the game, I gotta say, so I honestly don't recommend this game with the current state of the game. But there's no harm in trying out the game. It's just like 3 gigs of download and it's completely free to play, so just go ahead and download and try out yourself. Well, that's about it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And also guys, if you heard about this game or played this game before, definitely share your experience down in the comment section. And finally guys, if you enjoyed it so far, please go ahead and drop a like on it, and also subscribe, because we cover tons of free to play games on our channel. So I'll catch you guys soon in my next video. Stay safe.